There are two types of lens. We have convex lens and concave lens. Okay, we will learn convex lens first. We are going to learn this one first. Okay. Okay, you can see convex lens. Convex lens here. You can see the light are parallel. Okay, the line of light are parallel to principal axis, and all of them will be focused at one particular point. You can see here, light. Okay, light travel parallel to principal axis. We call this principal axis. Okay, the line, the middle line here, this line is principal axis. When light travel parallel, you can see that it is parallel. It will be focused at one particular point. You can see all the light parallel to principal axis will be focused parallel. So it will be focused at one point, and this point is known as focal point. Okay, this is known as focal point. Okay, the symbol is capital F here. And the distance between the axis of length and the focal point is known as F. Okay, you can see F here. This F is focal length. We call it focal length, small f. Okay, generally, this is the diagram of a convex lens. Any questions so far? Okay. Okay, you can read yourself that one. Okay, we are going to learn about rule. Okay, rule of convex lens. We have three rules. Okay, focus on this one first. You can see light. Okay, this is the first. Remember, this is the first rule. When light passes through the center of the lens, or we call it optical center. Okay, there is no refraction. The light will move straight on. Okay, the light is in a straight line. Okay, that is the first rule. Okay, the second rule, when light is parallel to principal axis, okay, here, when light is parallel, light here is parallel to principal axis, it will be refracted. Okay, we can see light bands here. So the light is refracted, and the refraction of light will cause the light to be refracted towards one point here, and it is known as focal point. I mentioned earlier. We call it focal point. Okay, if you have another line here, it will be refracted towards F also. But for the rule, we learn only one light because we don't want to get confused. So we refer to only one line here as the rule. Remember, this is rule number 2. And then rule number 3. Okay, here's rule number 3. Actually, rule number 3 is the opposite for rule number 1. This time you can see that the light travels towards focal point. You can see here light travels towards focal point. Okay, and then it will be refracted parallel to principal axis. Okay, remember this is rule number 3. Light travels uh, light travels towards F, then it will be refracted by the lens so that the light is parallel to principal axis. So we have 3 different rules. We have 3 different rules for lens. Okay, remember, please don't forget. When I say rule number 1, Okay, this is rule number 1. When I say rule number 2, this is rule number 2. And this is rule number 3. Okay, any question? Do you have any question?